I would use a song from R. Kelly, Soldier's Heart. In that song, R. Kelly says, all hope was gone. There was no hope of carrying on in 2012. And then Dr. Minnis stood up and held the flag. And in some part of the song, I think the chorus, it says, you stood on the front line, you led the way. Out of the darkness, you didn't go astray. You were ready to die for our sake. And that takes a soldier's heart. I would describe Dr. Minnis as a soldier, someone who has a soldier's heart.
I was impressed with Dr. Minnis from the very beginning, and that he had the discipline that is required of a leader. He knew what he wanted for himself in terms of his self-actualization. He knew what he wanted for the Bahamas. He possessed a vision, particularly as it relates to the over-the-hill communities, the black belt grassroots communities. He spoke of those things frequently from way back before he was thrust into the spotlight of the leadership of the pre-national movement.
Looking at it from a leadership perspective, there are a couple things that I love about what Dr. Minnis has been able to do. I mean, in evaluating any company, in evaluating any organization, one of the things that I learned to look at is what are the results that the individual has been able to produce. I look at how Dr. Minnis came into an organization that was defeated. It was in opposition, and like somebody said, it was broke and in opposition. One of the strengths of any leader is to be able, is their ability to attract emerging leaders who've been on the sideline and they're now motivated to be a part of the fight. Dr. Minnis has attracted a number of emerging leaders into the fight for national development.
I walk through the constituency of Foxton, and people, women and men, children, give me messages to take to Dr. Minnis. One mother said, my son wouldn't be here today if not for Dr. Minnis. Take him my blessings, give him my goodwill. So this is what I hear on the ground, time after time after time. They're with Dr. Minnis. They want Dr. Minnis to have this chance to bring this transformational change in the tradition of the FNM. The FNM is known for transformational change, and Dr. Minnis carries on that legacy of transformational change. And that's what I hear in the community.
Folks are now saying and seeing Dr. Minnis as the next Prime Minister of the Bahamas in 4 short years. Now some would say, oh, that's as a result of the failings of Christie. No. That's a part of it. But you see, whereas a prime minister could create moments in history, the leader on the other side has the opportunity to make the moment. That is what Dr. Minnis has been doing. That is why the Free National Movement is where it is today, as a result of the leadership he has shown over these past 4 years. And now, all the claimants to the throne, they can taste the victory. And so they're wanting to be the ones, after this man would have stood there, took the whippings, and led the Free National Movement back to a sense of wholeness. This is my view. You disagree with me? I'm a recent comer, and this is my view. After the man would have managed this political entity, this party, this Free National Movement, back to wholeness and back to the halls of real power, to where the Bahamian people are looking at them and saying, we want to give you an opportunity. Folks are saying, we don't want you to be the one that they give that to. So they would like to see Dr. Minnis replaced. And I think the fact that the Bahamian people are where they are speaks to the kind of leader he is.
When many of us had the luxury of hiding and staying away, he stood on the front line. he held the FNM's flag. The FNM flag was able to fly to the point where that thin silver lining has grown. There is a bright light at the end of the tunnel. And as we approach the light, there are some who now believe that it should shine on them. Dr. Minnis stood on the front line. If I'm directing the light, I'm going to shine it on him.